Noise is good for us to practice certain aspect. Yeah. But on the other hand, when you are doing certain practices, it is not so conducive. Why do I say that? So you can use noise to practice in terms of your awareness. You can use it to practice your patience. Yeah. You can also learn to catch your discriminating mind, yeah, using the noise or the sound. The fact that if we call it noise, yeah, we are discriminating. It's just sound. But at the same time, the Buddha's instructions to the monks was to practice in Jijing Chu, yeah, to practice in quiet places. So this is very interesting. In the Vinaya, in the teachings to the monks and nuns, the Buddha don't advise the monks and nuns to go to noisy places to practice. So seems to be a conflict. Because we have heard before masters, teachers who say that, places that is very chaotic is good for your practice. But on the other hand, the Buddha advised the monks and nuns to find quiet places. So what is going on here? So when we consider the Buddha, we can say, I think the Buddha understands the need for most people in the initial stages to have quiet places to practice. So when the Zen masters say that, or some of the teachers say that, those places that is noisy is good for practice, it is with regards to using what we call 逆增上缘. That means opposing conditions, to use it, transform that opposing conditions to become a cultivation factor. Yeah. So if you can do that, then you can practice in many places. But for most people at the start, it's a bit difficult. A bit difficult. So Esther C said, 杂音是个考验. Yeah. Long time ago, some years back in 2007, when I went to Myanmar for a 3 months range retreat, I was expecting that it would be like, retreat center, quiet and serene. But it was almost amazing. There were a lot of sound. All kinds of insect sounds. Even the lizard sound was like really strong. And there were birds and so on. But they were still okay, nature and so on. And then at late at night, 9+10, somehow there were some small houses or something just outside of the retreat center, and they were playing very loud, like discotheque kind of music. I was most surprised. So I reported this to the Sayadaw. And Sayadaw asked me, "Are you disturbed by it?" Then I was a bit like, So clearly I was disturbed by it, And then so he told me, he said, well, you should, he asked me whether I noted it. So in the Mahasi tradition, there's this practice of noting whatever processes happen. So when you hear sound, to note hearing. And in this way, when you do that, if you do it diligently, then in a way you catch or you interrupt the discriminating process. Because it's very fast. The moment you hear, our minds start to discriminate like or dislike. If you like, then it's music. If you don't like, it's noise. Yeah. So by putting in this practice to label it, to note it. Yeah. When you hear something, you just hearing. Yeah. changes that response. Changes that response. So when he asked me, did you note it? I'm like, apparently I wasn't quite noting it initially. So after that so after that I tried to do it, whether it's birds, the insects, all kinds of insect sounds. No. I think he went to tell them to not play loud music. I don't know whether that was part of a test or something. I don't think so. But after a few days, they stopped playing. Then the neighboring monks in the other kuti, they started doing chanting late at night. Again, 9+10. Yeah, and it was for a long duration. So because during the retreat, we wake up early in the morning and we sleep early. So at 9+10, we're starting to retire, and then I started chanting. So initially, 烦恼, I start to have all kinds of thoughts. How come this place is so noisy? Yeah, got so many sound. How come there's even music playing somewhere nearby? I thought everybody here should be meditating. How come then when there's no more music, how come these monks are not sleeping at night? Why are they chanting? So our discrimination is very interesting. So after that I reported again, and again the Sayadaw asked me, do you note it? Oh gosh, it's a one stop, fix all kind of solution. But it's interesting, whether it's using this noting method, or in the Pure Land tradition, whatever happens, they just bring Amitofo back to mind, or bring the mind back to Amitofo. Or in some traditions, when they are practicing mindfulness of the breath, no matter what happens, they just pay attention to the breath. Or another practice is, long time ago, this venerable teach us. So, 眼观鼻，鼻观心. So basically, still observing the breath, observing the mind. All these practices actually can help us. The trouble is whether we are able to do it consistently. Whether we can do it consistently. If you can do it, then noise is no noise. Another practice that I shared in some other classes is, especially if during this period, we are all spending a lot of time at home. So when we hear some sound, hear with compassion. This is not a theory, this is really a practice that you can do. So it means when you hear whatever sound you hear, you don't start discriminating and thinking this sound is irritating and so on and so forth, but you go and consider whether there's suffering behind it. When we do this frequently enough, it becomes a natural response, and compassion arises. When compassion arises, no time to worry or consider, am I disturbed? Do I like it or not? No time for that.